Now, if you guys don't know, I don't think Darkness has ever played this tournament.
So, all right, I've got some stories to tell. I got some
You
stories
got
to
the
tell.
stories.
Yes. I'm so excited for this because Darkness, he doesn't really play in online tournaments, period. He plays in the big stuff like DreamHack, but that's kind of it. You know, kind of Neeb-esque, you know.
Yeah.
And I was asking Dastan about this because obviously they're countrymen. They talk, and I was like, Dastan, like what's going on? Why isn't he playing? Dastan's like, Darkness. He has a lot of pride. He's a very proud person, and he would hate himself if he played in a weekly and he lost and he didn't win.
Yeah,
you know?
super disheartening.
Yes, it's one of those things where he's such a good player, but he's also like, you know, he doesn't really want to put himself out there unless it's in a big event, you know, where he can make a deep run and like show off his skill.
And it's not as bad if you lose in a big tournament to someone like Neeb or Special or someone big, you know, as opposed to losing to a Perhark or a Neo Shaggy or something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel him, but at the same time, come on, man, risk your well-being and your wellness and your mental health for us and our entertainment.
Exactly. And the big thing is, like, and Darkness was talking about this as well, like, it's such a shame that he has that mentality because he's such a good player, you know, like he's incredibly good. And he was talking about how, like, on Korea, like, Darkness has an account with like 6k MMR, you know, like I don't know if you saw on Twitter, Darkness posted a couple of days ago, he played in an ESL Open Cup. And he took a game off of Solar, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like,
I did not see that.
Yeah, like
I'm about to go follow him on Twitter right now.
He's been grinding on stream a lot. He's actually gotten insanely good, and like I just want to see more of him, you know.
Yeah, after seeing him, like the way we were introduced to him, if you guys don't know, there was a big tournament, and it was like his big comeback tournament right before DreamHack, and he won it all after not playing for maybe years, a year or two at least, and he came back and won the entire tournament. We're just like, who the hell is this guy? And then he goes and qualifies for DreamHack, his first, as soon as he gets back in the game, and ever since then, he's just been showing us what he's got, but like Light said, he doesn't do a lot of online tournaments, so he hasn't really been showing us what he can do on a weekly basis. But we know he's good. We know he can beat some of the best out of Latin America and possibly the world.
Exactly. Like in an era where Eric has kind of been falling off a little bit, Ryu has been performing well, but also like not quite there. We're entering this world where Darkness could be like a top 4 player, maybe even comparable to Cham. Like just because we saw him do really well at DreamHack and leading up to DreamHack, but it's been like a month since then, and he's been getting better, and like he hasn't plateaued in skill. You know, he's just been getting better and better.
Exactly. So I don't know, man. I'm interested to see how this one turns out today. As we know, Jim Rising's in the lower bracket. He should be able to make it out, depending who he plays next. Ryu or Paco Mike. If he can beat them, he'll go into the finals, and then I'm pretty darn sure Darkness will make it at least to the finals.
Yeah. As I just sending you an invite to the lobby.
Oh, lobby's ready. Nice. I'll join.
Yes.
I'm trying to look up Darkness on Twitter, but I can't find him. I'll find him later.
Yeah, I think on Twitter he's Darkness LA or LA Darkness, like Latin America. So yeah, he's a combination of them. But yeah, you know, follow him on social media. He's a great guy. He streams a lot. He streams like every day.
Actually, you know what? I've been seeing his YouTube videos pop up in like my recommended ones, and he actually has good advice. So I've been watching his videos in Spanish on how to, you know, he has build orders and all that. So even me as not a fully fluent Spanish speaker, but I speak enough Spanish to understand what he's saying. Yeah, I enjoy the podcast and the build orders. All this stuff is great so far. He just hopped back in the game, and he's just doing great. He's doing absolutely great. And he's spawning right here in the top right-hand corner of Ice and Chrome Ellie. We've been talking about him plenty today. You guys are about to see just how good he is Alpha X's Darkness.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner is his opponent. We've been following him all day today. The Peruvian Zerg player representing Deathstone Gaming. It is Perhark.
Ooh, Cosmos is in this game.
Yeah, Cosmos, he's here. He's the Brazilian streamer for today. And I mean he knows that this is the matchup to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was just following his camera and I was like, oh, wrong camera.
It's so good, and yeah, it's just been really great to see. I have to link you more. Darkness, he's a part of a podcast, you know, at Prisma every week. He gets together with the other Protoss players to discuss the game, balance, all that good stuff.
Oh, it's great. I love listening to all of them. And I found it. His Twitter is SC2 Darkness.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the Latin American scene. It is popping and doing great right now. Oh, and actually, speaking of scenes, this is kind of more relevant to the other scenes, but after our cast this weekend, I messaged E.T. Pone Home, and he said that, I got to double check, but I think he said Peely Peely lives here too.
Oh.
In Texas. So E.T. Pone Home lives in Texas, Peely lives in Texas, and he says he has another friend who's a Grandmaster. So if things were ever to open up, we would definitely have a LAN sesh out here in Texas.
Man, you've got to be fanboying hard. You're like,
yeah,
and ET. Like, I already like them as players, and they're here.
I'm a little fanboy, but I'm a little upset that Corona has messed everything up. Mm-hmm. Because also, I went to the esports event center here, the stadium, and I got pretty cool with the event manager. So I could definitely do some events here once it's open and ready to go.
Yeah, and like because like now you're closer with these players, you know about them. Like you can.
Oh, okay. He said it's Ryan that lives in Texas as well. Oh, so it's E.T. Pone Home and Ryan that live out here.
You can ask him about his doctorate. What happened?
Yes. I can ask him why he's no longer a doctor.
But that's pretty sick that they're all there. And again, like they can all, you know, you can help like grow the scene in Texas, and like they can be part of like the new esports stadium and all that stuff. Like there's a lot of potential once COVID dies down. Like there's a lot of potential there. Yeah.
And it would have been so epic because even E.T. Pone Home was telling me that, well, the first DreamHack, as you guys, if you've been paying attention to this cast, you know, because I always bring it up, the first one was supposed to be in Dallas. Like, it was supposed to be there. All the players are going to be in Dallas, Texas. Like, you know, Ryan was going to show up. E.T. said he was going to show up. And everybody would have met in person and been able to hang out. And that would have been a great opportunity for me because I could show everyone how cool Dallas is and all the good restaurants.
Yeah, and I think the other good thing about Dallas or Texas in general is that because it's so close to Mexico, like
it's central.
Yeah, like there are people from Latin America that can also go as well, like for the open bracket and stuff like that.
Exactly. Gosh darn Corona had to come and mess it up. You're killing the vibes, Corona.
Killing the vibes. Speaking of killing some vibes, we have Darkness going for that Stargate opener, going for a double Oracle opener, actually not going for any Phoenixes or anything like that. So kind of interesting, like the way
Fleet Beacon here.
look, we're not casting Parker Mike, all right? Like Darkness, he has his own style of play, all right. I say that, and then he throws out a Fleet Beacon.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious. But he's putting in a Robo in the Twilight.
Okay. So there's a couple of different things that he can do with this. Like it's possible that once the Twilight Council finishes, he could throw down Dark Shrine as well for DTs, but instead he's actually going for Forge.
So he's gonna Forge, so maybe some quick upgrades, or maybe he's gonna go back into air.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this says, oh, nicely done. He gets 5, and he's actually going to get away with the Oracles.
That was good. This is why he's the best.
It's why he's the best Protoss in Latin America. And what I was going to say is that this, to me, I was going to say, says Zealot Leg, so it looks like he's getting +1 for Blink Stalkers, actually.
You don't see that very often in the ZVP.
Yeah, and that's why I like this, because it's very, very often you see like Glaive Adepts or Immortal Zealot. He's going Blink Stalkers instead, so Perhark, like if he doesn't scout this, he's not going to have like what he needs.
I mean, I feel like that's the hard part about Protoss. Even if you do scout this, who the hell's gonna think he's going blink stalkers right now? You're thinking resonating glaives, you're thinking zealot legs, you're thinking something like that. Much as we did, as you should assume that, because that's what it should be. He's going for blink, so I guess he's just gonna go for a big stalker all in at some point here.
And like, again, we've seen this work before. Like the virus, it was a little bit more of a scrappy game, but the virus, he took a game off of Perhark, off of blink regular stalkers. So
without blink, with the ghetto blink.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, I think, with Protoss right now, is they can just get a huge army, and it's really kind of point blank. Like, you either get like Stalker Immortal Zealot, or you go like I don't know, Archon Immortal Zealot, get storms in there, get some shields. It's really up to the Zerg to be aggressive, I think, now, because Darkness has been on 3 bases now. They're on even bases for a while. Economies are almost even. Darkness has actually more workers right now. Yeah. I think it's putting Perhark behind just due to lack of attacking.
Yeah, and he's ramping up really hard. +1 is going to finish up soon, probably as this push hits. He has the Warp Prism. He has an insane amount of sentries with this army. And there's not enough Ravagers here to deal with the force fields.
I would like to see him blink, or he's going to force field off his Stalkers and then blink behind the force field one by one.
It's definitely possible. I mean, already one of the blinks goes on cooldown. Some preemptive force fields as well. A bunch of overlords are going down, and this hatchery is really exposed.
Oh yeah, he's got so many force fields available. He can just. Oh my God, the corrosive biles were directly on all of the sentries there, and only 4 remain. 1 very badly injured, and that cuts his force field count completely in half. Now he's only down to 1. 2, no more force fields now. Maybe he has 1 left. Somehow this 3rd base is still alive. 4th base, I'm sorry. Should die here soon.
Like, I think like 4 sentries died to those biles. Like, there was an insane amount, and because of that, it looks like all the sentries are going to be going down. In saying that, though, the Blinkstalker micro is good enough. The hatchery does get denied, and Darkness, he just continues to warp in. He's continuing to push.
At least it was a cancel instead of a complete kill of the base, but with lack of larva, no 4th base, you can't support the larva, larva income disparity here. Darkness taking game numero uno. It's seeming like the Stalkers are the way to go against Zerg right now. It's kind of like that thing where everyone's expecting some glaive to depths or some DTs or something crazy. It's like, no, just gonna go regular Stalker and sentries and just crush you with that.
I mean, what I will say is that the army that Perhark had would have been great for Zealot Immortal or Zealot Archon, right? Like, he had Ling Bane, Roach Ravager. Like, that's what you want against that. That's not really what you want against Stalkers, and it did kind of come down to the scouting, right? Like, he just didn't really know what he was going up against.
That's why you always get Overlord speed. So you know exactly when it's happening. Because if you would have seen, like, you really can't tell just from the vision of the base, which he had vision of the base the entire time. There was like an Overlord there watching the entire game go down. Yeah. And he still didn't know Stalkers were on the way. But if you have Overlord speed, you can fly in and out. You can see all the Stalkers there. Once you know there's 20 Stalkers heading your way, you can probably assume get Banelings. But the Corrosive Biles were so perfect. That could have won in the game if you just had Bane and Ling. Roaches are not what you want there.
Yeah, like with a bunch of like Ling reinforcements, you can really deal with that. But at the same time, going for a Ling heavy composition, like, you need that extra hatchery. Like, you need the larva. Like, you run out of larva so quickly when you're going like mass Ling. So I don't know if that also came into play as well. But yeah, just GG.
Oh God, this is so weird. I hear that noise. I'm like, what happened? And oh yeah, it's just a countdown. But here we are. You guys saw the countdown. That means the game has started. So wait, now there's 2 countdowns. There's a 3, 2, 1, and then it starts to load, and then it loads, and then there's a 3, 2, 1 go. StarCraft's just taking our time for no reason at this point. But anyways, down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, he is playing for Alpha X, the best Protoss player in all of Latin America. It is none other than Darkness.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the Peruvian Zerg player representing Death Zone Gaming. It is Perhark. And I'm getting a little bit of a bug.
What kind of bug you getting here?
I double checked. For some reason, I triple checked. I picked the Peruvian flag, but the Bolivian flag is showing instead for
Oh God.
for Perhark. So I'm sorry. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm aware I'm aware you're not from Bolivia. I apologize if you're watching the VOD, but
good cover-up story. I'm just kidding. Flag's really just a nice little bonus in there for you guys. Flag isn't necessary, but I like the look of it. It looks good.
Yeah.
Even though, just so you guys know, I can't see it. It's only appearing on light screen.
I was gonna say, after this, I can give you the logos mod, and then you can have it as well, and then you can see it.
Right. Yeah, that would actually help me know where they're from.
Yeah.
Said it beforehand.
Yeah.
But I do forget. I'll either forget or I'm just not confident enough to say it because I forget.
That's fair. And
Darkness, the opener here, a normal opener, nothing crazy.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Both games, Darkness, he's been really annoying with his probe. Like
wasting a gas there with that drone.
Oh my God,
that's rough. I hate to see it.
Yeah.
What happened to that gas? Did he just drop it?
I guess so.
We should see it splatter on the ground or something.
Yeah. I hate it. Like, I always try and avoid it, but every now and then, like, you make a building with a drone that has minerals. Like, and
I hate it.
That's the worst feeling.
I always try and drop the minerals first.
Yeah, same.
On my screen, it looks like he has a Chile flag.
Yeah, the Chilean flag is there for Perhark.
Oh, Perhark, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did you get Perhark? No, I'm just kidding. It's very unfortunate because he might be out of the tournament right here after this game. So
yeah, again, like
last game could be played on a not having his flag.
It's rough going up against a player like Darkness. Like he's such a good player. And to be fair, Perhark, like his bios were on point last game. Like he almost took that engagement. We'll see if maybe he can do so this game. As Darkness, he's going for the same opener.
Yeah, it's damn near impossible to beat this guy here, Darkness. So good luck to anybody who actually has to face him.
Yeah, like typically our eyes are going to be on the best of the best in the region, like Eggs, Ryu, Jim Rising. Like they're the ones that can really take it to Darkness.
Yeah, which we will see eventually here. But first, he's got to face all the other bosses like Perhark.
Exactly. And we'll see. I'm really curious to see how Perhark is going to adapt and how he's going to change his playstyle, if at all, here in game number 2.
Yeah, hopefully he's able to pull something off. But yeah, it's a hard ass to beat Darkness. And the drones are pretty even here. Darkness is a little bit ahead, but here comes the Oracle.
Yeah, dives in, gets a couple of workers, then dives out. You know, he did take a bit of damage on his Oracle, so he does have to be a little bit careful there. Meanwhile, he's actually, this game, he's going for a triple Oracle opener.
Ooh. Maybe a Phoenix after?
Yeah, maybe. This is something that Stats does a lot. Stats goes triple oracles like almost every single PvZ, and doing this means you can be a lot more like, you know, you have an oracle for defense, and you can also dive into spores a lot more like aggressively to try and dive and kill more drones. So yeah, we'll see what
he's not going for the Phoenix afterwards. So I guess he's going to transition into something else now, putting down the Robo, getting 2 sentries, and the Phoenix are now going to go in that they have energy, and they're going to be able to take out a queen. They can take out some workers, whatever they want, really. The world is their oyster at this point, unless there's like 3 queens and 2 spores somewhere, which there isn't. Oh, and catches them on the transfer. All he has to do is, make sure that weak one doesn't get hit first, but it does. He gets the queen. And he's going to get so much damage out of this and gets out with all of them alive. Sends one back in.
Oh, trying to get some more workers.
Oh, my God. His control is so great. He doesn't even lose a single oracle in all of that.
Wow, even recalls the lowest health one.
Recalls the one that's stuck back there in the corner so it doesn't die. What a guy. Not losing the damn thing here.
That's the power of the triple Oracle opener with the Stargate. You can go in, he killed the queen, he didn't even care about the spore, it gets more drones, like you can do so much with it, and he kept everything alive.
Oh yeah, this unit is very OP, the unit that is darkness.
Yeah, exactly. There's something about it, you know, darkness, darking, you know, it somehow there's something about it.
Yeah. He's killing it right now, and I have every expectation to see him in the finals here.
Oh god, does he have enough energy to kill this?
I don't think so. He should run out just before.
Oh god, we'll see. It's getting low, and there's still plenty of energy, at least on two
Oh
of
my
them.
god, he killed it. Oh, that's ridiculous. Like, that's OP.
Oh my god, the Oracle, when he dives in, dives out, still keeps everything alive. Behind this, he's doing the same thing, going for Blink and +1.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of units out right now, but he has just enough.
Yeah, he's been keeping Perhark busy, keeping his economy low. Again, like Perhark, he's had to spend a lot of lava to remake the drones, to you know, cancel and remake the hatchery as well. But Perhark
hasn't remade the fort yet. That's rough.
Oof, yeah, it's still a ways away. But you know, he's pushing out, and he gets spotted in the middle of the map.
Yeah, this is going rough for Perhark.
Oh
my god, he almost got him.
Ooh. Yeah.
Nice,
reacts just
so
in
funny,
time.
you can just follow him forever. We should focus fire down the banelings.
Oh, he's going for the Ravagers.
Nice. Yeah, I guess banelings aren't the main thing you want when you got the shields here. Good dodge here. Dark's just on point, man. He's looking better than ever.
Oh my god, yeah, and now he's been able to kill 2, gonna be 3 Ravagers, and I love how he's focusing them down. It's so important. Last time the Ravagers are what hurt him the most in game number 1,
yeah.
But
it's kind of like we were discussing earlier, though. Darkness does not want to lose a game to anybody. He doesn't want to mess up. He doesn't want to be made a fool of in this tournament. So he's really he's playing it super safe. Oh my god. The Bane connects. 17 workers go down as I'm talking, trying to hype him up, talking about how he's not making any mistakes. He makes a huge mistake. 19 workers go down, but is that enough? He's down quite a bit in workers, but that's okay because he is a Protoss.
Yeah, and then that like pulls the trigger. Now he's pushing out across the map. He wants that entire mineral line. He's like, okay, now I'm gonna go. And what has Perhark done? Like, what is he activated as? Does he have enough to defend? Oh, the warp prism gets the warp in as well.
Oh, but they have blink, right? They should be able to blink out. Yeah, they're blinking out. Didn't blink out perfectly, but he blinked out enough. And with all these shields, stalkers, a couple of immortals in the back, the stalker force field alone will keep these at bay away from the immortals forever. You can just zone out everything. You can close the ramp off. You can block reinforcements, separate them.
Exactly.
Whatever he wants to do. He can part the Red Sea with this many sentries.
Exactly. Like, there's 0 Ravagers right now to deal with this. And there was a big Ling run by, but the warp-in went down across the map and darkness held. And now, like, the base is going to go down. Like, 2 bases even. Like, there are a bunch of roaches.
There's
still
no army.
Yeah, there's no way to stop the force fields.
Oh my god, he completely surrounded all those roaches.
Oh my god.
He's just being disrespectful now with the force fields.
Just styling on his opponent.
GG. Darkness, the greatest Protoss in all of Latin America, takes game number 2. And that was the quick 2-0 victory. And the end of our friend Perhark there. After watching him most of the tournament, we're going to have to say goodbye. GG. Auf Wiedersehen. We'll see you next time, possibly tomorrow. For Battle of the Americas, guys, tomorrow, don't forget. But also, I'm still in shock, man. Turbo Quacker, shout out to you. Adding $15 to the pot. That's crazy. Oh, and also, I'm looking at the contributions. The pot is now at $76.
Oh.
Because someone named Chileno Singaporean donated $10.
Yeah.
And they said it's para la final Jimbo versus Eggs. So they're expecting Jim versus Eggs in the finals. Is that already happening?
Oh, that's what he wants. That's what he wants, and that's a tough ask. You know, maybe he's a little bit unaware of his fellow Chilean player. Chileno Singaporean. he's been here in our channel before.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he's a Chilean living in Singapore, and it's really cool that he's supporting the tournament. And I mean, Jim making it to the finals, it could happen. Again, like the semifinals are going to be so stacked for this tournament.